Hello, how's it going, Bears fans? I'm your host, Chris, and welcome back to another episode of the Bear Down Podcast. Today, I am going to be going through my three key factors in Rams at Bears. Obviously, biggest game of the season coming up for the Bears, definitely their toughest matchup. That'll be this Sunday night at 7:20 on Sunday Night Football. Week 14, I think? Yeah, we got the Packers and then the 49ers. And then the Vikings to close it off in Minneapolis. So week 14, we're getting there towards the end of the season. I'm going to run you guys down through three key factors that could help determine this game. You'll be seeing this on Friday afternoon, and our pregame show will be coming out on Saturday, like midday, for the Bears versus Rams game, so look out for that. And if you want more Bears content, please do me a favor, smack a like on this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and you can find all of our social medias down in the description. Let's just get right into it. So my number one factor, and this has been talked about the entire week, obviously the Bears defense is pretty stubborn in general, and by stubborn I mean really, really good at stopping people normally. They were decent against the Giants last week, I would say. Could have helped us a little bit sometimes, but obviously when you have Chase Daniel in, it's hard to put up points, and the defense isn't going to stop them all day, even with a quarterback like Eli Manning. We saw Odell throwing the ball, so the Giants were pulling some tricks out of the bag to score some points on us, but hey, it worked. But going into my factor this week is stopping Saquon Barkley. No, it's not stopping Saquon Barkley. We were just talking about the Giants. Stopping Todd Gurley is going to be my key factor this week. Number one, Gurley, man, dude, he has been able to produce against really any team. He's definitely up there in the MVP candidate, in the list of MVP candidates. But you look at his best game against the best defense the Rams have played. The best defense the Rams have played has been probably the Denver Broncos. He rushed for 208 yards in that game, and the Rams scored 23 points. That was their worst game as far as point production went. Obviously, I would think that the Bears defense is a step up for sure from the Broncos defense, but you look at Gurley, he's able to produce against some of the best defenses in the league. Shutting him down is going to be really important. Obviously, the Bears would want to look out for a big game from Roquan Smith. He's probably, I would say, a top 10 rookie this year, if not much better. He's been more and more incorporated in how Fangio's scheming. Kwiatkowski, we really don't see him on the field anymore, but Roquan Smith has been incredible. He's number 2 in Pro Bowl voting for inner linebackers. I'm going to put a Pro Bowl link for voting in the description. You can go vote if you'd like for all the Bears. I think right now the Bears have 8 Pro Bowlers, which is pretty incredible, going from 0 to 8. But yeah, it's looking good. But yeah, just in general, Roquan Smith is someone that we drafted to get down in the sidelines and be able to stop these runners on the sidelines. He can do it all, I think, at Roquan. He can get to the quarterback. He can get out to the sideline. He can play some decent coverage. He's proven that he can play better coverage throughout the season. So stopping Todd Gurley is definitely what I would say is one of my three key factors. Number 2, obviously we know our quarterback, Mitchell Trubisky, he will be back this week. It is Friday, and he was basically cleared to play today, so he will be back against the Rams. I'm going to go him versus Marcus Peters. Now, Marcus Peters obviously traded from the Kansas City Chiefs over to the Los Angeles Rams this offseason. That was a really big acquisition for these Rams. Yeah, I know he had the game-winning interception on Pat Mahomes on his old team, when Mahomes was trying to force the ball down the field at the end of the game in that absolute slugfest of a Monday night game earlier in the season with Rams Chiefs on Monday Night Football. This is Sunday Night Football. Trubisky, man, he's got to step up and be able to move the ball around on Peters. Peters, I would say, has definitely been struggling all year. He did poorly against Stephon Diggs. He's done poorly against Doug Baldwin. Allen Robinson is going to be huge this game in getting open. The back end of that secondary is okay, I would say, with their safeties. But Marcus Peters is someone who struggled this year big time. And you also look at Aqib Talib. He's pretty old. No offense to Aqib Talib. He's pretty old. He's going to have either Anthony Miller, someone who's a threat in the red zone and can get open in most situations and is one of the best route runners in the league, I think, on him, or he's going to have the speedster and Taylor Gabriel. So these receivers, I would say, are going to have to help out big time in this game. Obviously, 2 premier cornerbacks, but 2 guys who have been struggling a little bit. Aqib Talib obviously coming off that, I think, knee injury. He's been back for 2 weeks now. Trubisky's got to get the balls to his playmakers. Obviously, we look at it against Minnesota. One really bad overthrow, a bad overthrow into like triple coverage on Taylor Gabriel that was intercepted, and then another where some could have said Robinson or whoever was there didn't run the right route, which I actually think is true, and it was actually picked off. So got to be safe at just protecting the ball, throwing it down the field, but you got to get it to your receivers. You can't expect to run the ball, especially with how we've been running the ball this year. It hasn't been that great. Obviously, we can see that the Rams have two great pass rushers up front. With Ndamukong Suh and obviously Aaron Donald, the second highest paid defensive tackle or defensive player in the league behind yours truly, Khalil Mack. So that's going to be important. Trubisky getting the ball out and getting it to his playmakers. I believe that he'll be able to do that. I think we have a bit of an explosive offense. And if Trubisky's able to get the ball out in time, I think some of these guys can make some plays and hopefully surprise us. Treat Cohen's also going to be huge in this game. Just with his shiftiness, his ability to make plays out of the backfield is going to be huge. Finally, my third factor of this game is going to be stopping that Rams pass rush. Our line's been pretty good. I'm forgetting the name of the backup O-lineman that played last week that did not do good against Alec Ogletree. I really can't remember, but obviously you look at this pass rush, they have some incredible names. They got Aaron Donald, they have Dante Fowler, and they have Ndamukong Suh all bull rushing you at the line of scrimmage. Probably one of the best defenses in the league if you look at it all around. Obviously, I did talk about how their cornerbacks have been struggling, but this front seven gives really no mercy. So our offensive line is going to have to step up. Guys like Bobby Massey, guys like the rookie, James Daniels, guys like Cody Whitehair, who has to bounce back from a bad game last week, is going to have to step up. He had some snapping issues last week. Obviously, Chase Daniel did fumble a couple of those snaps, but some of them were on bad snaps. So Cody Whitehair is going to have Aaron Donald and Ndamukong Suh pounding him right up the middle. He's going to have to protect his quarterback, Trubisky, and if not, Trubisky is going to have to run for his life, and that's going to create a stressful night. Yeah, obviously that Aaron Donald, I would say, and Todd Gurley are the best players on the Rams. And if they get going, man, it is going to be a bad night. It's going to be a migraine headache of a night. So I really don't know what to expect for this game. I don't know who I'm going to pick to win it just yet. Obviously, with Trubisky coming back, you would expect some rust for sure, but it's going to be big on him to make a statement in this game. Coming back, we know he wanted to play against Detroit even. He wanted to play against the Giants. He wants to play now. It would be big if he came back and led this team to a win. I'm not going to get into my prediction. You guys will see that in the next episode of the Bear Down Podcast. My name is Chris. You can follow my Bears fan page on Instagram at @DashaiBearsNews. You can follow the podcast on social media on Twitter and Instagram at Bear Down. That'll pretty much do it for this one, guys. If you did enjoy, please make sure to smash a like on it and subscribe. That'll do it for me, guys. I'll see you in the next episode. Bear down. Peace.